What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I say channel. Welcome to the podcast. That tells you I'm tired, number one. Number two, welcome back to the podcast. It's your host. I'm Les Kuzi. That's Nick 215. We've been going for we took a week break. I go lie. It was not intentional. Well, it was, but not really. Uh, but hey, how you doing, my brother?
I'm good. I'm good. Life is good.
You good?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
So where you want to start? You want to start with your news, or you want to just
Let's start with that. Let's start with
all right? The reason why we
good.
took a break before
Uh,
we start, everyone. The reason why we took like a week break. Well, y'all don't notice that. Well, y'all probably can notice because the video I'm watching now before this episode, the previous episode, was recorded 2 weeks ago, but it's coming out the week after. Reason why, number one, I didn't finish editing in time. Number two, my boy has some big news. Well, I found this out like what when we went to the boxing match. But my boy has some big news. Are you ready to tell him, my brother? What?
I'm officially a dad.
Yeah,
Especially
man.
hip hop, man. I'm old. I'm washed.
Hey, I'm officially an uncle. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm out here washed. I'm gonna
We,
have gray hairs. Baldy by next week. I'm gonna look like Kobe in '06. It's crazy.
yeah, man. My brother, man, he's officially dead to a beautiful daughter. Hey man, congratulations, bro. That's why we took a week
Thank
off.
you.
I wanted him to, get adjust. First of all, I wanted him to get adjusted to the new life because I know that babies will keep you up all night. Especially the newborns, you're up all night, my guy. Uh, and people wonder, yeah, because I kind of am used to it, bro. I have, I work with kids almost every day,
Hmm.
especially when they're 3 months old. They don't go to sleep. Well, they'll go to sleep, but shit, they'll wake up almost every two. They take care naps, especially the 3 year olds, the 3 months old that we had. They used to take care naps. But yeah, so he's a father. I'm an uncle. That's old. That's so old. I'm old because when you send me a text,
Washed,
you send me the text. Right, I was with my mom and my cousin, and he said, "Yo, you old." I was like, bro, I already noticed that. I know that. He's like, because he was sitting, so I read the text. We were at their house, and he saw the text when he said, "I'm officially dead." I was like, man, you old. I was like, you don't have to mention that I'm old. I knew that.
still,
I,
bro.
I was like, bro, I knew that when we were doing a live reaction to the NBA that I was old. I was like, I knew that. I realized that when I was doing the NBA draft that I was old. You don't have to mention that I'm old. Like,
It's still crazy to me that we're older than the rookies.
yeah, man.
People be
We
getting drafted and we're
we
older.
are older than two
I find
rookie
it crazy.
classes, though. That's crazy. We are older than two rookie classes. Yes,
Crazy, bro.
we are older than two rookie classes. We are almost the same age with the previous NFL. We are older than the recent NFL. Some of the recent NFL draftees, but we are some of the same age with uh we are older than the last year's NFL draft, but we are older than the two NBA draft classes because some of them we saw them going to high school. Like we saw them even get while we in college, they were finishing their high school. But yeah,
We've been
uh,
older than them since Zion and Ja.
yeah,
No,
well,
and
yes,
RJ Barrett.
yeah.
That's crazy.
No,
Old as
I think
hell.
it was only Zion and RJ Barrett. Ja is a little bit a year older than us because he stayed 2 years.
Oh, okay.
He stayed
Makes
2 years in college. He's a year older than us. But yes, but hey, man, in that's why we kind of took a week off. But We got a lot to cover, man. We got a lot to cover. So we're gonna start off. If you watching the last episode, it was 2 weeks. It was recorded on a Sunday. That was what the Live Island episode when I was talking. I think I talked almost an hour or 2 hours about Live Island. That episode was recorded right before the finale. So the finale happened. Shout out to Cordell's brother. He won the show. And this nigga forgot that there was winners on the goddamn show. He forgot that shit. That's funny. That's another story. He's funny as hell. But yeah, he won the show with his girl. The fun part, they're both hilarious. Then they did like press tours after they won, talking about their experience. And she kind of revealed why in the beginning she was doing like the wishy-washing with him is why because she was scared. She said I was scared because after the first conversation, uh did everything similar. It's like it was to the point that it scared me to the point like how is this boy? It's like we everything that we did was literally the same.
Right.
And they found out that they grew up literally 5 minutes away from each other. Young when they were young, it was 5 minutes away from each other. It's like yo, weird. It's like when you have they were invisible strings. He's like, even my he's like, even when it came to our previous relationship, it was like literally the same thing. So he's like, it kind of scared me a little bit. He's like, so that's why I try to be my best to not fall. But he's like, I could not. So yeah, he won. And the funny part, when I guess the tradition is the show, if you win, not all of you get the 100,000 each. Is it's 100,000 as a price in full. Then they're gonna do the envelope review. And let's say one guy has the envelope with the 100,000 thing. He can whoever has it can decide if they want to split it or not. That's to see who came for the money and who came for love. Like when he won, he made a long speech, but she said his long speech was just him being trying to be funny. He's like, I knew he was gonna split that shit from the moment I saw my envelope. It had $0 in it. He's like, I knew we were splitting it. He's like, there was no point. Cause I know him like the back of my hand. So they won. Um, his move. He also explained he's moving to LA. She lives in LA. He lives in Dallas, but he's gonna move to LA to be closer to her and try and make. I guess trying to make it work. You know, they're gonna go to one of the NFL games for Adele, or they invited them to one of the Dolphin games.
Yeah, if they got bread, then they can
Oh yeah,
pay me
they
the
got
cash
bread, bro.
as
He
long as
even
uh,
he the funny part, him trying to be funny got him on the show because he's I go like after I watched it like binge watched the show, right? Until the finale. Caught up at before the finale. Then I rewatched some of the episode again. He's probably he was the funniest on the show. Number one. Both of them were the funniest, but he was super funny because he would say random stuff just to say it because I don't think that's his character. Like he's funny. He's a natural funny person. So he was saying random stuff to be funny. Like one of the when their first conversation, she asked him about his long term goals, and he didn't know what she actually meant. He said, "I want to be a model. I want to get sponsorship," and he said, "Cheez Its." He specifically said he wants to be a Cheez Its sponsorship. She kind of said in one of the interview after she said she got the ick, but she's like, but after knowing him, I thought he was being funny. He's like, after being around him, I was like, oh, maybe he said that to be funny. And he said, no, to be honest, I was not being funny, but I was also being funny. He's like, nobody has never said Cheesy has a sponsorship. He's like, those say other sponsorship. I want to be the first Cheesy sponsorship. And Cheesy actually responded to him.
yeah. Don't sleep on Jesus now. They get
Bro,
busy, bro.
bro,
They
Cheesy
got
actually
bank
because
bankroll
one
money.
of the interviews that they did when there was a podcast that was invited by Live Island to go to Fiji. That's where the show is shot. They were in the villa and they posted like a story on their Instagram, and Cheesy told them like on the TikTok, and she was coming and say that say hi to Cordell for us. So he found that out because they didn't have their phones in the villa, so he didn't know what was happening outside. So he found that out, and he mentioned that he wants to. When Jesus reaches out to him, he has a flavor that he wants them to be. He's a spicy white cheddar, and everyone in the comments said, "Yo, he's on." I guess he was thinking about the cheesy sponsorship for a long time because that flavor looks fire. So yesterday he posted that cheeses actually text him, and they're in collabs. They're already in talking about collabing. So I guess he's getting there. Uh, so yeah, there was a lot of things that was happening, but I like shout out to him being funny. Hey, shout out to them. They showed Black Lives actually exists on shows. Uh, their characters is funny, and yeah, but that's the Live Island. That's for people who were interested in our last episode.
Yeah, I didn't know they got paid at the end. That's
Oh
lit.
yeah, I the funny part he forgot. Like there when the host came back when they did the finale, the host came right. She had like a speech. She's like, "Oh, let's find out who's about to." It's like we about to find out who won the show. Literally, the mic picked him up, said, "Oh, I forgot that you gotta win this shit." And she said, and she vouched for him. He's like, "You think they're like, oh, is it true that he forgot?" She's like, "Yeah, he forgot that you gotta win." He's like, "I didn't think we were gonna win because of how our whole journey was in the show, but he forgot there was winners. He forgot anything about winning. He forgot you there's a winner for the money. He forgot you have to do the whole tradition to figure out how you splitting the money. He forgot anything. He's like he lives in his own world, so most of the time he is not really whatever is happening. He has no clue. He's like sometimes he has no clue what's going on around him. He's like she made it. She's like it's Cordell's world and we just living in it because he just in his own little world. And he laughed. And since after they won, after they've been outside, I think they've been outside for a week or two, probably 2 weeks now. Uh, but they've been in the US for like a week and a half, and they've been doing podcasts and reveal. And some podcasts are scared to ask questions about the difficult part of their journey when he went to Casa because some other couples don't want to talk about it. Like the Aaron and Kayla didn't want to talk about Casa before they rewatched the episode, but they said, "No, you can talk about that shit. We don't care." He's like the funny part. He's like, y'all more scared to ask us. We joke about the whole situation now. He's like, we joke about it. Like he's like, we joke about it. She even said she made a joke earlier, sometime last week, when he asked, he's like, my lips are dry. I need chapstick. And she's like, "Oh, you want some lip gloss?" It was a whole making fun of him. The girl when the girl who was a casa kissed him because he asked for chapstick, and she said she only has lip gloss, and she put the lip gloss on her lips and kissed him. So it was the whole funny. It was she was trying to poke fun of it, so they started laughing. But it was so funny. But to be honest, after he has left, like the show, and people now know they thought he was just being a character on the show. They realized that was not, that was his that's him impression. He's just goofy, he's funny, and he just does random stuff to be random. But yeah, uh that's it. Yeah, that's it. But now let's talk about everybody. We talked about the show, but we about to talk about the Olympics. Uh yeah, man, the Olympics are down, man. The Olympics have started. I'll be honest. This is one thing we're gonna start off. I don't think Vinik has watched the Olympics. Have you watched the Olympics at all?
I have never sat in front of a TV screen and actually watched the Olympics, like on purpose. Like
Oh,
I've
on
sat
purpose.
somewhere like in the laundromat and it like happened,
Yeah,
but I've never like watched it.
I go like this is the
This one looks
first.
entertaining. I ain't even lie.
I go like this is the first year that I've watched the Olympics almost since 2012 because when you grew up in Africa, when the Olympics is a big thing. But I've watched the Olympics, but I've never watched other events except for track and field. Like I'll know about the other events like swimming. I'll know about them, but I'll never actually watch them on purpose. Like, okay, swimming is on this day. I'm gonna watch swimming. No, I've never actually sat and watched swimming. But this is the first year that I've watched swimming, most of the swimming events, and actually invested my time to watch them. But I've never watched swimming. Like when Michael Phelps was killing shit, I knew about Michael Phelps, but I never watched him race, intentionally watch him race, unless somebody put it and he's racing. I'm like, oh
Chill.
man,
That's the number one athlete in the 2000s, bro. Put respect on his name. Put
yeah,
respect on his
but
name.
I'm just saying I've never watched him like him swim. Like okay, I'm like, oh, Michael Phelps is swimming this day. I need to watch him. I've never did that
Bro,
because I
most
was never.
people ain't really watching for real, for real.
Yeah, so I'm like, let's say if I switch it on and the swimming on the TV and he's swimming at that time, I'm like, oh, he's swimming. Let me watch him. That's it.
Hmm.
But he'll probably be scheduled right after that swimming. They'll go straight to the track and field. That's why I. But this time I actually watched like the beginning rounds of swimming. It's actually fun. There are people you actually like, even the rivalry between the US and Australia. To be honest, it looked like one-sided rivalry. I think the US don't care about the rivalry, more like the Australian care about the rivalry. But that's me saying it. You take that with a grain of salt. But I didn't know about the rivalry in the swimming competition between Australia and the US. But hey, that was one of the things I learned, right? Uh, I watched gymnastics for the first time. Not really, I didn't. I'm lying. That I didn't actually watch the whole thing. My mom was watching it, and I looked at it for like a few minutes, and I went back to whatever I was doing. Simone Biles has two golds. I think she's going for the third one this weekend.
Did you see her 12-inch vert?
Oh, bro, she's the funny part. Like for the team gymnastics thing, she made a mistake, and she still smiled about it. That's how I was like, she's petty. I was like, she's so petty because she did it. I think I was like, she did it on purpose. I was like, because nobody who step out of bounds and smile about stepping out of bounds when the team needs a goal. I was like, oh, maybe because she knew that she got it in the bag because she stepped out of bounds mid her routine and she literally stepped out of bounds when she landed. She smiled, but she did like a smirk and went back to the routine. I was like, she did it on purpose. I was like, she did it because nobody would smirk mid routine. Like you just smacked it for fun. After that, after they finished the whole thing and they were waiting for the scores, you saw the other countries were like looking up, like nervous, like see what number they came. She was like literally just calm. She took like a water drink and she was looking. Then she looked up. They saw that they wanted to go. She kept on going. Like she didn't do not. She did not. It was the funniest thing that I see.
Bro, she had it in the bag, bro. I'm gonna say though, on like the rerun, I don't know if I got showed a different highlight, but it ain't look like she jumped no damn 12 inches. But
No, she
yeah,
did, bro. She did jump high because
she
there's a
jumped. No,
part.
she jumped high. I ain't,
But I
she was
think
high.
I think she did jump 12 inches, not 12 inches, but she jumped almost near the equal to the amount of the basketball feet. The basketball, uh,
Court.
who, no,
The court
yeah,
is what,
who
like 10?
like
Court's
10.
like 10. Yeah.
So she jumped about
She jumped over Wimby.
because she jumped high and she was mid air before she flipped. She was 10, and then she did a flip that kind of went up to 12 because she was high. Because when KD posted it, he's like, I think he's like, I believe her. I was like, after watching her flip, he's like, I think I can throw it up and she can dunk it because she's like that was it's like that was crazy. I like, but she needs momentum though. She needs
Yeah.
that momentum too.
Hey, the basketball players need momentum too.
Yeah, but she needs like a good momentum than basketball players. Basketball players you can take like a few feet and jump, but she might need the full court momentum to do what she did.
Nah, I don't think so. Not the
Not
full
not
court.
not not a full court, but from the other 3 point line to wherever she's jumping it. From the 3 point line from the other
Maybe like
side.
half. Like
Yeah,
half.
half. Like she's full speed. But yeah. Uh that was one. Now let's talk
She
about
a
the team
legend, bro.
USA.
Black legend.
I'll be honest. I watched the Team USA not every, well, both games, half of both games. I watched the first full game, the first game, Team USA basketball, the first full game, and I watched half of the second game. Yeah, yeah, give them the goal. I think there's no question ifs about it. You just give them the goal.
Yeah, LeBron, Curry, all them, they not playing. They not
Yeah,
playing.
just
They
give
getting
them the
that
goal.
goal.
And the funny part,
They
Steph
might have lost
Curry,
in the playoffs, but they getting that goal.
Steph Curry isn't not even playing great for for Team USA.
He did the
Right?
first game.
He did
He had
well.
like 20
It,
something the first game, right?
no, he had 12. I remember because I watched him. The first game he
Smooth
did,
game though.
but KD, yeah, we gotta talk about KD. KD is the best
Can't miss.
Olympian ever touch the basketball court. He's better than any
Score. Score.
score. No, bro, you can say score, but no matter whatever you want to say, but he's the best Olympian on the basketball court.
He's a pure
He's
hooper,
going for
bro. He's
4,
unstoppable everywhere.
bro. He checked in from the bench, right? Let me tell you how it looked. He checked in on the bench. St- it was reported by the commentator that he was only supposed to play about 7 minutes for the whole game. This nigga didn't miss a shot the first half. I felt sorry for Serbia because Serbia was doing great. Like watching the game, I was like, Serbia, I was like, damn, USA, you're struggling with Serbia. Then KD got on that goddamn court and he started doing some KD shit. Then LeBron joined. The funny part, LeBron was also doing great, but it was only him who had just came to the party. The whole team was asleep. Only LeBron at first, because LeBron was in the starting lineup. He was the only one kind of carrying Team USA by himself, right? He was shooting perfect too. When KD joined, I was like, oh shit. He started shooting. He went and shot a 3, made it. I was like, okay. KD, I was like, okay, that's a good 3. Then he shot another one, made it. I was like, okay, all right, wait a minute. All right, he should have. I was like, wait, hold on, KD, time out, chill out. Then he started going crazy. Like there's a part where he got the ball half court, literally took 2 dribbles or 1 dribble, laced it. I was like, yeah, shit went hell. I was like, and the funny part, I'm like, the crazy part, I was like, Serbia got caught focusing on LeBron too much. They forgot KD was on the court because there's a part when they left KD wide open, and I was like, Serbia, there's a. I understand LeBron has the ball, but y'all left one motherfucker who's just killing y'all the whole quarter, wide open. LeBron just gave him the ball, laced it. I was like, oh shit, yeah, that shit was ridiculous,
South
bro.
Sudan did some of the same things too when they played. Um,
But
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 everybody keep talking about the corny stuff that I feel like we don't need to talk about. Jason Tatum sitting on
I
the
would like
bench looking mad.
yeah, I'll be honest with y'all.
We don't need him, bro.
I'll be honest with y'all. Jason Tatum on that Serbian team, where did y'all want him to play? Because he was not needed. Number one, his style of play did not fit what was happening. He needs the ball in his hands to get to it. Like who said it? I don't know who was saying it, but somebody said in the comment section that oh no, it was D Wade. D Wade was commentary. D Wade is the funniest. I think the NBA should hire D Wade as a commentary, as actually commentating on games. I know he's part of the ownership for the Jazz, but he needs a job as a commentator. That nigga's funny. That nigga is funny. He got in trouble, and now let's talk about the LGBT community. Whatever y'all at. Why y'all made a D Wade? First of all, he's your best advocate for your community. That's number
Low
one.
key the best advocates.
And y'all mad of him making the comment saying his pronouns is he, him. The funny part, it wasn't about attack, being disrespectful to y'all. It was a thing. If you listen to the commentary that he was trying to say, he was saying he is him, but he said his pronouns is he, him, and it went directly to what he was trying to say. It was a joke, but it was actually funny because every time the 3 people he used that joke on, They were killing shit. He didn't use it on everybody. Y'all missed the point. Three people who were used on it was Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James. Three people that comment went to. And every time he did that comment, it was after they did something crazy that them on those three people can only do. Right? I don't know why y'all mad. Because the part that I guess Yahweh made that the loudest part of the whole commentaries were when LeBron took the layup and he had three people on him. One fell off on his leg, and he got up while KD was flexing. LeBron started flexing too. You saw KD flex. Number one, I'll be honest. Team USA, I see why people say Anthony Edwards is the hype man. Because Anthony Edwards brought, when he got in the game, when he got inside the game, right? Team USA, whenever they scored, they just did like, normal old type of, old school, just go down, no celebration, you know.
Mm.
Anthony Edwards, when he got in, he started celebrating. I was like, he started this whole flexing because he started the whole talking shit. Then Serbia decided to start. The funny part, I remember, I don't know, the caught it in the mic when Serbia was talking shit to Joel because he was getting booed by France, right? Every time he touched the ball, he was getting booed. So Serbia started talking shit. And Anthony Edwards was telling one of the Serbians, he's like, tell your teammates not to poke the bear. He's like, tell them not to poke the bear. He's like, because he will start talking shit back. He's like, we are just playing nice. He's like, here's one of our best shit talkers back. He's like, he will talk shit back. He's like, you are forgetting that we got KD, but our best shit talker is Joel. So if he starts talking shit, we're gonna start talking shit. He's like, here's our shit talking go gadget. So they started talking shit. Then Joel started talking shit. When Joel started talking shit, you started seeing the whole team USA to start talking shit. I was like, yeah, I see why Anthony Edwards was telling whoever was getting him, tell your teammates not to start talking shit. Because if he starts talking shit, we're gonna start talking shit back. And it's gonna end worse. Because Joel started, I don't know what the Serbian defender was doing. He started talking shit. And I mean, when Joel started talking shit, the whole team started doing his signal, his DX celebration. He's like, yeah. I was like, oh shit. This nigga he's a crowd. I was like, then when the ball had three people on him and one fellow was there and he got up, and the funny part, I think he saw KD flex. That's what LeBron flexed because KD was flexing like, yeah, show your muscles. Then LeBron started flexing and he's like, yeah, and he did this, his iconic stare that he did when he was playing with the Heat Game 6. Like when you look down with like he's looking up at you, but he's still looking down. So he was walking doing that stare, and that's when D Wade was like, America, y'all know him as LeBron James, but I know him personally. His pronouns him. I was like, okay, that was funny. I was like, but he said it with fire, with like a passion. And I was like, then I saw it on Twitter. People say on Twitter, people were mad at him. I was like, why y'all mad at him? He's your best advocate. First of all, he made the joke was actually funny because the three people when he did that, and then when Anthony Edwards did like a pivot around and made the Serbian go in a spin around it, and he made the shot, and he came out and did the and him and Steph Curry was celebrating. Steph Curry was on the bench celebrating like Steph Curry was like, yeah, and he was doing the cooking, the James Harden cooking, stir the pot, and D Wade said the same thing. He's like, America, y'all know him as Anthony Edwards, but I know him personally. His pronouns is him. Then obviously when uh at the time KD was going crazy, and he's like, America, he's like, I like, he's like, he know, y'all know him as Kevin Durant, but his nicknames, he's like, my favorite nickname is Easy Money, Easy Money Sniper, his Instagram handle. He's like, they started talking about all his nicknames that was given in his career, but he said my favorite and my all time favorite was Easy Money Sniper. He's like, because he makes it look like easy money. Then he made a shot where he like took the one dribble and just laced it with like 24 seconds on the shot clock. He's like, yeah, him. He's like, America. He's like, said the Serbian coach is going through it. Hear him. I was like, okay, that was every time he said it was funny. It was super funny. But yeah, that was funny. James had not James had it. Jason Tatum didn't play a minute on the Serbian game. And I'll be honest, I care less. To be honest, his attitude when everyone else was cooking probably made me think. I was like, okay, he feels some type of way because him there were different celebration. When Tyler Sullivan didn't play a minute too, but he was celebrating with the team. But when Jason Tatum only celebrated like near timeouts, but
He was salty. He was salty. He wasn't playing.
yeah, but I was like, first of all, where do then people was like, oh, you should have. He's a MVP. You should have. He's a champion. He's an all time. I was like, yeah,
Yeah, he just
that
won the
it doesn't matter.
championship.
This like plus, why is Derek White playing over him? I was like, because Serbia had guards. He's not a guard. He's a wing. Number two, Derek White doesn't need the ball in his hands to do what he needs to be doing. I'm sorry, he doesn't need it. So technically speaking, that's why they selected the. As I first of all, if you look at the rotation, it was three bigs. Every big was they were doing a three big rotation. In order, first of all, they were trying to cover the flaws of Joel Embiid. Number one, I'll be honest, I love Joel, but Joel he's probably the weakest player right now on Team USA. That's number one.
Yeah, he doesn't translate too well to FIBA, but
Not really. It's
he's
not.
still nice.
I don't think it's not that he doesn't translate. It's more of this FIBA style is fast.
Yeah,
And Team USA when against Serbia, they tried to force feed him the ball, and he came, and Serbia kind of knew that, so they started double teaming him. And whenever he passed, it kind of looked weird. But yeah, and some of the people who were trying to give him the ball were not good passes, right? But I think eventually he's gonna get used to it. I think give him like what this Olympic year, probably he's gonna come back for the whole World Cup and the next Olympics. Maybe I don't think so, but he might make a name. He might get used to it, right? Uh then who the other player people were saying, oh, why is he starting over Jason Tatum, Devin Book? What do I want? What let me tell you. Good.
they're
Let
both
me,
guards. Like the at-home
First of
coaches
all,
don't
Devin
realize
Booker
they're
is right now.
guards,
Devin Booker is right now on Team USA is better than Jason Tatum. I'll be honest with y'all.
and he's cooking. He is cooking right now.
Because Jason Tatum, I understand Jason Tatum is a champion. He can do anything, but he doesn't know how to stay in. He's not a guy. He can't defend. That's one thing I will let y'all know. He can't defend. The reason why Devin Booker is starting is because he takes the role. He plays his role on Team USA perfectly. He's not the star, but he makes the shots, and he's a 3-and-D type of player on Team USA. He's gonna take the best guard. He's gonna got the best guard. Even though there's Drew Holiday, taking. If Drew Holiday is not on the court, the next person who's gotten the best guard is Devin Booker, and he's putting clamps too. He's putting clamps, and I'm like, oh, I see now. I see why Devin Booker. I was like, oh, it's different. I was like, then when Dwayne said it, he's like, that's the difference. He's like, when you play for your team in the NBA, they don't need you to play defense. Some of them don't need you to play defense. But when you play for Team USA, you might need to be playing defense. It's like so some players don't know. It's like people don't know about Devin Booker's defense because we only know him about buckets. He's like, but if you pay attention to the Suns, his main priority is guarding the best guard from the other team. And it's like that's why his game translates to Team USA because he's used to it. It's like
Mm.
it's different from Jason Tatum. He's not using guarding the best player from the other team. So that's why he started. And he doesn't need the ball in his hands to make shots. Catch and shoot, he's perfect at it. So you kind of saw that he was being great at it. Uh another uh Another player who was playing great, who has played great so far, is Derek White led replacement, but I think it was a perfect replacement. People was like, why Jalen Brown was not invited? To be honest, I don't think Jalen Brown had done the justice what Derek White is doing. I
He's
rather
another one. I don't think he's needed. He's
I
not
think
needed.
Jalen Brown, to be honest, and you're thinking it's Nike. No, I don't think that was it. I think Jalen Brown, to be honest, his skill set Yes, he can
Built for the
defend.
NBA, bro. It's
His
good for
skill
the
set
NBA.
and the way he plays really doesn't correlate to what they were doing. And I think the perfect match was Derek White. They didn't need after I think after the play saved and they noticed that they needed a guard more than they needed a wing. They don't need another wing. So they chose Derek White. And it's a perfect match. Derek White is a perfect rotation because he's playing more minutes. And that's why you kind of see it. And people say, well, Tyrese Halliburton was on the team before Derek White, but he's getting the minutes that yeah, Tyrese Halliburton was on the team, but Tyrese Halliburton's whole style, he doesn't know how to play defense. Now, I'll be honest. Every player that
He's
didn't
a
have him,
cone.
he's a con on defense.
He's
Number
a cone.
two, his style, he's not needed because there's already three people who does what he's specially at.
And he's really just a really good passer.
Yeah, and
So
there's
I
three
mean,
people who are doing that job. There's LeBron James who's initiating the offense.
yeah,
There's Steph Curry who's initiating the offense. So they don't need him
I
as
like
a,
Halliburton, but he would just get
yeah. But
he
I
would get the
think
trash
the
time,
reason
bro.
I think give him this Olympic year when LeBron James, Steph Curry, and all them leave for the next, they're not coming back for the LA Olympics because they'll be old as hell. Some of the, or most of them will be 40 years old. So Tyrese Halliburton is gonna get his time to shine. This is like how he's getting treated how Anthony Davis got treated in 2012 when he won this gold. He was the baby. He's the baby on the Olympics. Even though Anthony Davis was playing great, it was more like he was just not needed at the time. But he played some of the games. That's what they're doing. Taz Halliburton is the baby. Uh, uh, no, what else? Now
And all the
that's
at-home coaches, bro, please stop adding Steve Kerr and please stop asking Coach K dumb
yeah,
questions.
yeah. Like
Jason Tatum ego is going to be just fine. He'll be
they're
okay.
like, oh, he might not want to play for TMC in LA. So I'll be
So
honest. If he doesn't want to play, he doesn't want to play. I don't care.
so like
I'll be honest. The team USA that they have right now, I don't think Jason Tatum is needed.
he's behind the two greatest small forwards to ever play the game.
The funny part,
Like
if you're mad at Jason Tatum not starting, all right, they're like Jason Tatum should be starting. Kevin Durant is not starting, but Kevin Durant is not mad. What the fuck do y'all want him to be mad for? Kevin Durant, the
KD
last
just
two
had
games,
23 points. Amos time.
Kevin Durant has came off the bench every game so far. Yes, I understand that easing him back into the game because that was his first game ever playing with the Team USA because he was injured most of the exhibition games. But what do y'all want Jason Tatum to do? To be mad? He can't be mad. Joel Embiid didn't play against South Sudan. He was the hype man. That's the same thing. Even though I know I said Joel Embiid is the weakest link, but what happened when they played South Sudan? They didn't play him, and he even understood it. He's like, well, they didn't need me because the South Sudan play at different speed. They play up and down speed. They don't need a three centers rotation. They need two. So Anthony Anthony Davis got the nod, right? He got the nod for playing that game. Uh, to be honest, then LeBron James. To be honest, the top players right now, I can give you LeBron James. Anthony Davis is also playing great. Anthony Edwards playing great. Now let's talk about Anthony Edwards. Man, Anthony Edwards is probably my favorite player. He's becoming my favorite player just as a person, not as a as a person. He's funny. He has a beef with the table tennis team. I don't know why. What happened? Well, I know why. What happened? So during the opening ceremony, so the US has this tradition where each team that's on Team USA, each athlete that's representing Team USA, they are given pins to exchange with other team people on Team USA. Like the basketball team, they have their own pins. Simone Biles has her own different type of pin. Snoop Dogg had his own type of pins. But you gotta exchange, with other people on Team USA, just to show that camaraderie of the team. It's like something that they do every year. So they got on the bus, on the boat for the getting ready for the opening ceremony, and I don't know what happened, but you know, Anthony Edwards has a great. His confidence is on 10. He's like a Michael Jordan type of confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Steph Curry's fault because Steph Curry came and instigated this whole beef. When Steph Curry came with the table tennis team, he's like, "Yo, Anthony, I got money on them. You ain't gonna beat them, right?" First of all, first of all, he said, "Money, you can beat them." Then he changed. He's like, "I bet you they can beat you 21-0." And Anthony Edwards was like, "Hell no, I'm making one. I'm gonna score 1 point." He's like, "No, you are not." Then LeBron James came. He's like, "Wait, what's going on?" LeBron was sitting away from the whole conversation, so he started laughing because KD started saying, "You're not scoring a point." So LeBron was like, "What happened?" He's like, "What team are they on?" LeBron was like the grandfather of the whole thing, right? LeBron is like, "What team they on?" He's like, "Table tennis." And LeBron looked at other Edwards and he's like, "Yeah, you're not scoring a point." That was the only thing. That's the crazy part. Other Edwards was so adamant that he's scoring a point. He's so adamant that he's gonna score a point. That's one thing he said. He's like, "I'm gonna score a point," right? So he was adamant about that. Then LeBron was the flag bearer. We talked about him and Coco Gauff were the flag bearer. We want to say Coco Gauff got her Olympics didn't go as well for the singles round. She didn't make it out to the second round, and some people feel like she was cheated because some of the judges, I don't know, I don't for the tennis to know what happens, you know, but yeah, she was the flag bearer, and LeBron James was the famous person on the boat. Well, he was the star attraction because there were athletes who took pictures. They were looking for they were trying to take pictures with LeBron. Then one athlete took a picture with LeBron. She had a great story. The funny part, she took a picture with LeBron, but she already had a picture with LeBron when LeBron was in high school. She was in middle
Mm-hmm.
school.
I
LeBron was
seen
in
that.
high school, and she was her dad was a coach of a basketball team. It was an AAU type of thing. So she took a picture with LeBron, and she showed him the picture of the one she was in high school. She's like, "I knew LeBron was the flag bearer, so we had, we were encouraged to ask me to take pictures." So he's like, I went to take a picture, and he's like, "Yeah, damn sure I was ready with the other picture when he was in high school and I was in middle school." She's like, "He's the same way. The same LeBron Yam I saw when he was in high school is the same type of person. He's goofy, welcoming." He's like, when I showed him the picture, he's like, "You snatched the phone." He's like, "What?" I took a picture with. It's like, man, that was old. I was like, "I'm now old." He's like, "I'm old." He's like, he made a joke that he's old. I was like, "Hey, well, you kind of are old." Uh, the who else was Simone Biles, Jonathan Owens. Now let's talk about it real quick. Jonathan Owens flew to Paris to support Simone Biles. That's Simone Biles' husband, right? And shout out to him because he officially announced. Well, he can't. The Bears talked about how they allowed him because people was like, "Why is the Bears allowing him? Is he's supposed to prepare for the season?" But the Bears is like, "Well, when he negotiated that into his contract that to get time to go to Paris and support Simone Biles." And so she won the gold, and he was Simone Biles made him wear the gold to take a picture. And this stupid lady on TikTok, I'm gonna call her stupid because she's dumb as hell, and she got called out by Simone Biles herself. She went on TikTok and she started going crazy. He's like, "Why is he wearing the medal? Take it off. This is not about you. It's about her." Uh, yeah, Simone Biles put her in her place and called her miserable. And I stand with Simone Biles because that was dumb as hell. I'll be honest, that was stupid as hell. Because if you were watching the Olympics, right, and if you watch the whole story, the whole picture, if you look at the picture that he was wearing there, I don't think he said nothing about himself. The whole picture was him saying, "I was the one guiding her back to the family." That's it. It was literally about her. He was just wearing the thing. And there's a video of her putting the medal and he tried to take it off and she told him, "No, keep the medal." And he's like, "Oh, so you telling me I'm the bodyguard of the medal?" It's like, "I might lose this shit." He literally said, "I might lose this." I think we need to give it to somebody who has more track record of keeping shit safe. She's like, yeah, you're a safety, so you're supposed to keep it safe. She made a joke about him being a safety in the NFL. So he was winning the battle. He's having a time of his life. What else? We got now the track and field started this weekend. I'll be honest. We sh- Jamaicans. I want to tell you this right now, and I'll be honest. The women's, y'all not winning gold. I'll be honest with y'all. You're not winning gold. Your best person to win you gold pulled out of the 100 meters. So yeah, you're not winning that shit. I'll be honest. I'm sorry to let y'all know that you're not winning gold. Because she said she had an injury right before the Olympics and she's not 100% yet to run both events. Because she's running the 200 and the 100. So she put out the 100 meters and she's running the 200 and the 4x1. And so Shakira Richardson, it looks like Shakira Richardson is uh the favorite right now to win gold. And I agree with that. And I agree with that. Uh, what else? The men's 100 meters. I don't know yet. Right now, I would say Noah Lyles is the favorite, but hey, there's a Jamaican I didn't know about who looks like he's running almost a 9.7. So he might be the favorite to run 100 take the gold, but he might. I don't know yet. Uh, but Noah Lyles, I think when they get to the finals, he might put that Google gadget and probably pull it out to win, but I don't know yet. Uh, what else? We got Terrence Crawford. Now, I'll be honest, we are just going through. I'm just going through putting things together. I have no direction where I'm going, so you just bear
Go
with.
ahead, keep going.
So Terrence Crawford, right? He's fighting this weekend. Well, you watch this, you already fought. But I'm a huge I was a Terrence Crawford fan until his coach said some bullshit shit. Now I want the fight. I said I didn't care about the Boots and Terrence Crawford fight, but now I want it. I now want it because the disrespect has come to an end. It gotta come to an end. I'll be honest, the disrespect gotta come to an end because they talked about he's a great fighter, and she said the coach was like, I don't think he's ready for Bud. He gets hit by shit he should be get hit by. Like his last fight he got hit. Then I was like, okay, you see, that's the dumb shit that's where because somebody did I was like, you know what? That's dumb as hell. Because somebody actually did the research because the guy Boots Ford Terrence Crawford, right? And guess what? Terrence Crawford got hit more than Boots. Boots just threw more punches than Terrence Crawford and actually punished. But Terrence Crawford got hit more. I'm just saying. Terrence Crawford got hit more. It was calculated. Every two punches Terrence Crawford he was getting hit. Boots was only getting hit every five punches. So Boots was every time he threw five punches, that's the only time he got hit. So the double standards gotta stop. Right? Saying that he's not ready. Okay, prove it. Why don't he take the fight? Y'all want to fight Canelo? How the fuck y'all want to fight Canelo? You just going to 147. Y'all just went to y'all were 147 last year. And this year y'all just made it to 154. And y'all want to jump to 168. That's two more weight classes. Y'all didn't learn nothing from freaking Charlo fighting Canelo. Like, I understand Terence Crawford is great, but Canelo is fighting is a middleweight, super middleweight, going to light heavyweight. Terence Crawford is not on that weight class yet. What the fuck you want the Canelo fight for? I understand the Saudi wants to fight. Yes, I understand. Cool. Great, great fight. Not really great fight, but great money fight. That's one thing I know. It's a great money fight. Everyone, both of them gonna get paid. They're both pound for pound greats. But that's a dumb fight. I'll be honest, I'll let y'all know that's a dumb fight. It's like y'all saying, oh, this is how I put it. It's like putting Floyd versus Mike Tyson. That's what you're trying to say. That's what you're trying to do. It's like Floyd in his prime versus Mike Tyson when Mike Tyson was getting old. But that's what you want to do. And that's what you're trying to say. It doesn't make sense. I understand money wise makes sense. But actual boxing knowledge wise, it doesn't. Because what the fuck are we putting? I'm sorry for cussing, but what the fuck are we putting a 168 pounder versus a 147 who just went to 154 literally this year? Who's starting his fight this weekend? This is his first debut in 140, 154, and y'all want him to go to 168. So y'all want him to blow up to 168, right? To make that weight. That means that he's just putting, he's not cutting weight. He's not trying to cut weight. He's just gonna blow up. That means he eats a lot just to make that weight, so that he make 168. Because the minimum is one what 161. That's the minimum. Then 168 is the max. So y'all want him to blow up to around 161, so that he just makes 168. When he's fighting somebody who makes 168 all his fight, all his time for the last 5 years, 6 years, for 3 years to 5 years, he's been making 168 easy. His weight class is 168, and you want him to fight that. Okay, that tells me you're dumb as hell. Even though Canelo right now is ducking, but you see, this is Canelo and Bud are doing the same thing, because they're pissing me off, because they're biggest people who the fans want them to fight, they're ducking them. Bud is the people want the Boots fight. He doesn't want to fight Boots. He's too young. I don't know why. You were the champion. You didn't. He was your mandatory. You're supposed to fight him, but you decide to vacate the title, right? Okay, cool. But then Canelo, your biggest opponent is Benavidez. For 3 years, Benavidez was your biggest opponent. You don't want to fight him. You made Benavidez decide to say, okay, I can't wait for Canelo, because Canelo, this dumbass, doesn't want to fight me. So I might go up to my next weight class, because I'm not trying to be interim champ for all my career, because Canelo doesn't want to fight me, right? He decided to go to 174, right? He's an interim champion up there, but he eventually he's gonna get the first dibs to after the Bevo and Beterbiev fight, who are fighting for undisputed. He's getting the first dibs of the winner. That's already been confirmed. And you telling me, but the two people who are backing the top opponents want to fight each other. Well, technically, Bad wants to fight Canelo. Canelo doesn't say shit. That's stupid as hell. Now that's why Canelo got stripped for the IBF. One thing about the IBF doesn't play. That's the title that Boots have. If you don't fight your mandatory on your for that title, they're taking away your title. They'll strip you from your title. Your job is fight your mandatory. So they have cannot just got stripped from his title. He's no longer undisputed. The WBC is dumb as hell. The WBC, they like to pamper you. They like to put you in the pamper. They want to baby you. They're like, oh, you don't want to fight your top opponent? We're gonna make you a special title. You're the super title. That means you can do whatever you want. You don't have to fight your mandatory. That so why do you have mandatory if you don't want to fight your man? If you allow them not to fight your mandatory, that's dumb as hell. Now, this whole rant is just Boots decided. Boots was not planning to go to LA. Like, he was not planning to go LA because Bad is fighting in LA. He has two people who's being coached by his dad fighting there. But Boots decided to pull up to LA yesterday. He pulled up on Bad. Bad was walking out for the weigh-in. Boots literally stared him down, looked at him in his eye, and Bad said, "I thought you said you're not gonna watch it." He said, "I was invited, so I don't. It's done for me not to come if I'm invited, and it's free." And I wanted to look in your face. Hey, he didn't say that, but after they asked him what happened, he's like, I wanted to look him in his face. and let him
Nah,
know
he
I'm.
said that. That's Philly for you.
He's like,
Let him
I
know
want
he.
to. I looked him straight, like literally when when Crawford was walking past him, like Bruce was standing like this, with his hand, and when Bud walked by, he just crossed his arms and looked at him, and Bud did a double take. He said, "I thought you're not fighting, you're not watching the fight." I was like, he might not watch he might didn't want to watch the fight, but he was invited. Number one, his teammate is part of. He has two teammates. Officially, he has two teammates. Big Baby Miller, the heavyweight, and Andy Cruz. But Andy Cruz is his actual teammate because he has been fighting under his dad for like a year or two. So yeah, so that's why it's that's happening. Uh yeah, that's another story. What else might happen? There's a lot. We have Battle Rap. We have the Nexus card that's happening this weekend. I'm streaming that. When you watch this, the stream is. If you watch this, the stream happened last week. That is this weekend, but we'll be recording is this weekend. But the stream is happening, and it's gonna be a big stream because I'm doing going crazy. I might do like a 7 hour stream. It might be 7 hours because I'm doing the Battle Rap. I'm doing WWE SummerSlam, and I'm doing the Crawford fight. Three events, and I'm gonna try and put it in one stream.
Okay, you out there working. Out there working.
Uh,
3 different events. That's fire.
yeah, yeah. And I'm also
Summertime
trying.
is tonight, right?
Yep.
Saturday. Okay.
And I'll be honest. Now this is
Sure. Record your reaction.
now let's talk about that real quick, right? I'll talk about WWE real quick before we close it. Man, I go like WWE. Yeah, up here, y'all doing like how Cordell's girlfriend Serena says, y'all doing your big one this year because god damn, y'all got me invested in matches that I don't even like. I didn't plan to get invested in. To be honest, I didn't plan to get invested in any of the SummerSlam matches, but I'm now invested in the uh Damian Priest versus Gunther match because it looks like that they don't like each other. Well, it's TV, it's scripted, but the shit that Gunther had been saying, they look like this shit is about to be. They might actually punch each other once or twice in that ring because Gunther is taking shit too far, and the way he's saying it, he's taking shit too far. Uh, Another fight that I'm looking forward to is the Blood Solo versus Cody. And now, Cody Rhodes, I want to say this: you are dumb as hell. I love you as a wrestler, but you dumb as hell. The stupid shit I understand you're going with the script, but that was dumb as hell what you just did yesterday. That was dumb. Why did you accept blood right? You accepted a fight for your title to be bloodline rules, where you already know what's gonna happen. You are part of the bloodline rules fight when you've won the title, and you want to do it again. And this time, I understand why it's happening. I understand because technically, Cody, you are a small pawn to the big story. You're just a small chess piece. It's not about you. This whole match is not about you. I'll be honest. Cody Rhodes is just a fucking a chess puzzle piece. He's he's not even the main character of this whole storyline. That's number one. But him accepting that, it makes it obviously that WWE don't look as Cody. In making that making Cody number one. Cody looks like a tough guy. That's number one. But he's not this whole storyline that he's part of the bloodline storyline that he's in. He's not the main character. He's not even a supporting character. He's just, the cameos. He's just there to be a cameo. He's just there for one stop and that's it.
He just an
Because
MK1 cameo, bro.
yeah, he's
To the
just there
back.
like he's just a background actor because he's not the main character. We already know what's happening. Solo might be win the new bloodline, the fake bloodline, the dumb bloodline, the thugs are gonna interfere. It's gonna look like Solo's about to win the title. Jimmy Uso might come out. Jay Uso is coming out. Sami Zayn is coming out, and Roman Reigns is gonna come out to help Cody. Randy Orton's coming out. You see, technically it's 7 people that might potentially come out, but the 2 people who are mainly part of the story that might come out, the main people who might come out is Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Then Jimmy Uso gonna come out for his return to help Cody. Then at the end, Roman Reigns. The 2 people who I'm not technically convinced are gonna come out is Sami Zayn and Jay Uso, because they're two different. They play they're on Raw, and the rest of them on the other people on SmackDown. But they might try to involve them in the storyline, because the whole big story is the OG Bloodline versus the new dumbest blood, the Thugs. That's the storyline, and they are they already put the Easter eggs and the ball in motion to reunion the OG Bloodline, making Jay Uso and Sami Zayn become a team again on Raw. Triple H already putting it together. It's already started, because Jey Uso and Sami Zayn are now in a different storyline with the Judgment Day, as well. Jey Uso kind of involved. Check like Jey Uso kind of started this whole dumbest storyline with the Judgment Day, even though it's still dumb. I don't understand it. Well, I understand it at the same point. No, not really, because the storyline is really Jey Uso didn't start this shit. The Judgment Day storyline is a one-sided beef with Jey Uso, because Jey Uso just wanted a number from Rhea Ripley. Jey Uso was horny. Well, technically he's married, but he wanted a girlfriend on WWE, right? On screen, you know how when you watch TV shows, the actors are married in real life, but they have an on-screen girlfriend. Jey Uso wanted to highlight a mommy, Rhea Ripley. Then the Judgment Day fell offense to that, and they tried to attack Jey Uso. And Rhea Ripley told them, "Why you attacking Jey Uso? Because you're opening this whole can of worms. When you start losing, you're gonna want us to help y'all." The funny part: the 2 people who have common sense on the Judgment Day are the 2 people who are gonna be baby faces: Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. Because the Judgment Day are supposed to be bad guys, but the storyline that the Judgment Day is happening is that some of the Judgment Day are gonna turn Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor. Look like they're gonna turn on Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, and the rest of the Judgment Day are gonna turn on them too, because since Rhea Ripley has came back, she has only communicated with two. Only person on Judgment Day is only one person she has communicated with, was Damian Priest, and every time they do stuff together, when they do stuff for like interviews, they're only allowing them two to be next to each other. The rest of the Judgment Day are not involved. They might come out by themselves if they're doing press conferences, but them two are the only one doing like they're making jokes about each other. Even like yesterday when they did the press conference for SummerSlam with Pat McAfee, literally it was Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley says she loves her daddy Dom, and the crowd started saying yeet. And when the crowd said yeet, she's like, "Oh, he's okay too, I guess. Okay, he's fine out. He's okay too, I guess." Right? Then Damian did the yeet, and the funny part, I was like, "Yeah, you can see that WWE is putting like Triple H is putting together the puzzle pieces together of what's coming, the storyline. You can see it happening. You can kind of see it happening, because he started this 2 weeks ago when we didn't do the podcast 2 weeks ago. He started the whole storyline of the Judgment Day turning on Damian Prince and Rhea Ripley, because Rhea Ripley, they asked when Jey Uso asked for the number, say he wants to talk to Rhea Ripley, and one of the on-screen reporters, the one who asked the wrestlers after their matches how did they feel, she made it as she's friends with Jey Uso. They're like close, right? So she's like, "Oh, did Jey Uso? Do you have the number?" He's like, "What?" He asked it, he answered it quick. Then he realized what she said. He's like, "No, man, I'm trying to get it." And she went and asked Rhea Ripley about the number. The on response, she said, "Yeet." Then there are house shows where most of the WWE does house shows where they do events where there's no television, but you can go watch it in person, right? And it was Damian Priest versus Jey Uso. Damian Prince won, and Damian Prince was about to leave because he's the bad guy. He's supposed to leave, but he walked back in the ring, picked up Jey Uso, and did the Yeet chant with Jey Uso, like he said his whole chant, and walked off and gave Jey Uso a thing. Then uh he's a Yeet Weapon. They kind of did that interchanging, being friendly to each other, where they are supposed not to be friendly to each other. All right. Then the Judgment Day felt some type of way. They're trying to take care of Jey Uso. Rhea Ripley's like, why you focus on Jey Uso? Jey Uso is off limits. Blah blah. It's kind of, the storyline is kind of funny, but it's actually hilarious. But everyone knows that Jey Uso has the big storyline. He's part of is the Bloodline storyline, but they are trying to push him. They're trying to create another storyline to make it go through October, so that he can be inserted to the Bloodline storyline. That's another thing. What else? Oh yeah. Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee is probably my favorite commentator on WWE. He's funny. I think that's what we have for today. I might missing something, but I don't know yet. I'm thinking something, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Tyreek Hill is the number one player on the NFL top 100. Uh, we had like, I think we had like six players on the top 100. We had Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Lane Johnson, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, and that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. And then hold on. While we on here, I'll tell you guys that the Team USA game has started. Uh, versus Puerto Rico. Hey, hold on. Let me tell you the score. Puerto Rico is down by 3. Boca. Ooh, yeah. But Puerto Rico is not making out the group stages. But hey, they're playing great. That's good for them. Ooh. And what is it? Grand Theft. Come on, Joel. Check that. Ah, we up here coming. Debug missed the pass, and that's a 10 over. But yeah. But we'll talk to you guys later. Uh, yeah. Shout out to you being a dad, man.
Yep, I'm officially washed. I'm washed, bro. I'm out here.
Yeah, yeah.
Old
For
as hell.
everybody, yeah, man. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
Subscribe if you're new. Drop a like, and we're gonna come back with the audio version of the podcast soon, because we have not been uploading on the audio version for like a few, like several episodes. But yeah. It was because we had technical difficulties. Oh, Anthony Edwards with the 3. Oh, yeah, but yeah, I'll talk to you later, man.
Alright. Deuces.